Friends, continuing our discussion regarding the environmental legislations, intergovernmental Aichi biodiversity target. Very important. Aichi biodiversity target. What it is? It is to address the underlying causes of biodiversity loss by mainstreaming biodiversity across government and society. It is to address the underlying causes of biodiversity. What is the reason why biodiversity is getting lost? It is Aichi target is to mainstreaming biodiversity across government, means making the idea of biodiversity loss into the mainstream of policy making circle. That is the target, Aichi target. Then Ramsar Convention on Wetlands. You might have heard or even read about this Ramsar site. It is very important. What is Ramsar site? It is an intergovernmental treaty that provides a framework for national action and international cooperation. National action and international cooperation. Very important. For the conservation and wise use of wetlands and their resources. It is for the conservation of wide use of wetlands and their usage and their resources. Then it was adopted in Iranian city of Ramsar in 1971 and came into force in 1975. It was adopted in Ramsar, in the Iranian city of Ramsar, and came into force in 1975. Very important. Then it is only global treaty that deals with a particular ecosystem, because no other global treaty deals with a particular ecosystem. Ramsar site deals with wetlands, that is an ecosystem. Then World Wetlands Day is 2nd February every year. Very important. World Wetlands Day is on 2nd Feb. Number of contracting parties 163. How many parties are parties to this Ramsar Convention? 163. Montreal's record. In 2019 prelim, they asked this particular question called as Montreal's record. What is Montreal's record? Montreal's record is, the Montreal's record is a register of wetland. All those, it's a register of this Ramsar wetland. Sites on the list of wetlands of intergovernmental importance where changes in ecological character have occurred, occurring or likely to occur as a result of technological development, pollution or other human interference. Very important. What is Montreal's record? Montreal's record is the list of all those Ramsar site, wetland site where ecological changes are occurring or likely to occur due to pollution, technological development as well as the human interference. Very important. Then it is the principal tool of the convention is maintained as a part of Ramsar list. It is a principal tool maintained as a Ramsar list. Remember it. Very important. Montreal's record. Then Basal Convention. Very important. Basal Convention. What is Basal Convention? It is on the control of transboundary movements of hazardous waste and their disposal, and was adopted on 22nd March 1989. What is Basal Convention? It is the transboundary movement of hazardous waste. Transboundary movement from one particular country. If a particular hazardous waste going to some other country, that is transboundary movement of hazardous waste. It came adopted in 22nd March 1989. Remember, 22nd March 1989, World Wetland Day is on 2nd Feb. Rotterdam Convention. Very important. Rotterdam Convention. The convention covers pesticides and industrial chemicals that have banned or severely restricted on health and environmental regions. All this Rotterdam Convention is a pesticide or industrial chemicals that have been banned or severely restricted. They have severely restricted for health and environmental regions. Then International Whaling Commission. It is, you understand that pesticides and industrial chemicals. Rotterdam, it's pesticide on industrial chemicals. Then International Whaling Commission, charged with conservation of whales, headquartered as Cambridge, UK. What is it? Is for conservation of whales, and it is the headquarters is at Cambridge, UK. Remember it. Then Vienna Convention, very important. Vienna Convention. What is Vienna Convention? It acts as a framework for intergovernmental efforts to protect the ozone layer. It is to protect the ozone layer. Montreal Protocol is ozone depleting substances, to phase out ozone depleting substances. Remember, there is a difference between Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol. Vienna Convention is for the protection of ozone layer. It is an effort to protect the ozone layer, and the second one is Montreal Protocol, which we have written in the studied in the past, and we will read here. Montreal Protocol is a substance that deplete ozone layer, to phase out all the substances which are causing depletion in ozone layer. Remember it. There is a fundamental difference between the two, Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol. Then Vienna Convention adopted in 1985 and entered into force in 1988. It entered into force in 1985 and entered into force, adopted in 1985 and adopted in 1988. Then Kigali Agreement, very important. What is Kigali Agreement? 20th meeting of Montreal Protocol. After Montreal Protocol, when it was signed, after 20 years there was another this kind of a convention, same just like Montreal. Ozone depleting substance held in Kigali, Rwanda. It held in Kigali, Rwanda. Then amended Montreal Protocol to phase out hydrofluorocarbon, HFCs. Kigali Agreement is related to HFCs, phasing out HFCs, hydrofluorocarbon. Then under legally binding Kigali Agreement, 197 countries have agreed to a timeline to reduce the use of HFCs by 85%, their baseline by 2045. Very important. 197 countries legally binding. They said that we will phase out all the hydrofluorocarbon by 85% by 2045. Remember, by 2045, Kigali Agreement. So this was a very important discussion, because they will be asking somewhere between 12 questions to 16 questions. So I hope you understand this. Thank you very much.